Hey everyone, it's Yue from the Strictly Broken YouTube channel. Today I want to do another Weiss deck profile for all of you long-standing Weiss Schwarz fans. I asked for you guys to show me if you care about the Weiss videos, and you delivered on the Mob Psycho deck profile. Some people even asked me, yo, we want to see that updated post-Banlist 10th anniversary deck. Alicizzation's coming out soon. It's like in a couple months, and I'm definitely gonna do a profile for that, regardless of if you guys want to watch it or not. But I gotta bring you the post ban list alicization, especially because some people asked for it. So let's get it going. Starting off, four of the whoa, where am I putting cards now? Okay, I'm putting it here. Four of the clean cut. There is a choice restriction now, so you can't play the 3/5 runner if you want to be playing the card that I'm playing in this deck, which is the Pants Assist back row. So I'm playing clean cut instead. This card is phenomenal going second. It's absolute turds going first. Actually, in fact, it's not even the worst going first, because if you have this backed up with an assist, it's 3/5. Sometimes you're gonna cheese out some pluses with the card regardless. But the ultimate going second card, and you really can't complain. You have much less. You just don't have other better plussing options. So you got to run four of this card. Next, we got four of the On Death Kirito Mill 4 check top 4 at an anniversary. Broken stuff. It's a good going first card in the sense that it fixes your hand. It doesn't plus you, but because you can't play that 3/5 broken runner, you are playing this card going first a lot of the time. So you can just you're milling 4 extra cards, so you're seeing a ton more cards to try to find that clean cut, or try to find like a piece for your level 1 and stuff. So this is basically as good as it gets for this deck in terms of a going first card. Next up, 3 of the Pants Assist. It is on the ban list for a reason. It's a really good card. This is 8 pants, by the way, just to let you guys know in advance. So this card is actually very core, and you're aiming to get this card as soon as possible, just so that your game plan is super smooth. A lot of the times in this deck, what you're doing is you're just looping your level 1 combo over and over again. You trigger the pants. Sometimes you're not even ditching a pants to salvage a character with this card. You're oftentimes keeping the pants so you can re-grab the level 1 combo, and then you just use the salvage effect to get a counter or another copy of your level 1 combo, so you can keep that level 1 combo train going. And yeah, this card is absolutely phenomenal. Also makes your characters a little bit bigger on defense, so you can play that counter game and win on opponent's turn, win lanes on opponent's turn. So yeah, pretty important card for the deck. Next up, we got 3 brainstorms. I'm a big fan of 4 brainstorms because I think brainstorms are the best cards in the game, but you just do not have the space a lot of the time for brainstorm in the back, so I cannot justify playing 4. That being said, in the early game, just getting 4-card mill with random chance to hit a plus is like super nuts. In the mid game, when you're compressed, when you're trying to find cards during the main phase, brainstorm is still the MVP. So we're still playing 3 of it. Other than that, it's the deck with the whole pants assist back row game plan and winning field and everything. You don't really feel like you have to like match brainstorm all the time for your pluses, because your pluses come very freely with the combo. That's why this deck is not. It doesn't A, need the mill, B, need the plus. So brainstorm is not as good, but I just want to have 3 because it gives me a good solid chance to hard draw them instead, so I don't have to search them or grab them off my combo. Next up, 2 of this assist. Definitely an MVP caliber card. So it's tap, give something it's tap, give something on reverse, swap the reverse character into your opponent's clock, and then when you use act, you can pump 1k. So on opponent's turn, when you use counter, you can make your 2k counters into 3k counters, or splittable 2k and 1k, and then your 2-1 counters, 2-5 plus 1k. So it's great. It's great at just making your counters beefier on opponent's turn. And the clock swap effect is fantastic as well, because on death Rizes, on death mill 4s, stuff like that, or like on death plussing cards, you can just knock them to your opponent's clock and your opponent can't resolve them. So fantastic card. Just helps you, for situations like that. Sorry, I actually don't know if I said on reverse, but it doesn't actually work for on reverse stuff. I do believe. I think your opponent can do the on reverse effect regardless because the character was reversed. So, but yeah, on death ones, like the ones that are sent to waiting room, like this card is absolutely the MVP. And oftentimes you actually want this in your back row, over the brainstorm. Sometimes you want a back row of Kirito plus this, and that's your game plan usually. And that's why I don't need to play 4 brainstorms in this deck. And then the last level 0 is just 1 copy of this Climax Swapper. Just 1. Once you see the first copy, you're basically able to loop it off the combo. So we were saying how our goal is to loop combo in this deck over and over and over, trigger pants, and just loop it over and over. Sometimes, you can't get the level 1 combo pants. You can get the other pants that you're playing. And having access to this card to just grab off the combo, so on the next turn you can swap the Climaxes. Fantastic stuff. Definitely worth playing as a one-off, but I wouldn't play more because it's only for that play there. So that's level 0. It is 17. You just can't fit more. I would love to play like maybe 1 or 2 more just to, just maximize my odds with like drawing an early game, like a good amount of zeros. But you don't really need to play more. Honestly, you just open clean cut plus another character, you're good to go. So yeah, on to level 1. I got 4 copies of the bread and butter of this deck. This deck revolves entirely around doing this combo over and over and over. Sometimes even into level 2, you're still doing this combo. Looping it, using the pants back row to grab it again, or grab counters to protect them on opponent's turn. That's your game plan. This level 1 combo is absolutely the most phenomenal card. Probably one of the best level 1 combos ever printed. So you want to be just mashing this combo for your game plan over and over again. Next up, we play 2 copies of this Yui. Shoutouts to Yui. We have the same name. It's kind of cringe, but I'm down for that. It's just a big attacker, first of all. So sometimes you can't scale over cards with this card, but this card is just beefy enough to scale over stuff. It also has that super useful effect of being able to level swap. I play a red card in my deck. It's the only red I play, and I play 4 of it. And it's an early play. So going into level 2, if it's not in your clock, at some point in the mid game, you could put it into your clock, your level, not your clock, so that you have red for that card. Super, super important because I think that early play is really, really good. And I just cannot justify putting in any more red cards because this deck has first of all, you can't justify putting in other red cards because unless they're level 3 reds, it doesn't work because this deck has a very, very large experience requirement for level 2 early game. Level 2 early play game plans. Your early play needs like experience 6 to be fully online. So the only red card you can put into level is level 3 red cards anyways. So you can't really justify playing more red cards because there's no other good ones. So you can just only play those 4 that I'll show in a bit. And this card really helps, make sure that just playing 4 red cards is still consistent and still you're never in this like situation where you just have 4 red cards in your deck that you can't play down, and if you draw them, they just suck in your hand. That's never going to happen because you play this card. So very, very important. A lot of intangibles here with this card. I don't think that's even the right word, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Next up, I have 3 of this Lifa counter, level 1 counter. I'm going to put this right here so my head doesn't block it. Lifa counter being randomly just 2k, 1 cost, is not the best thing, but the fact that you can do that peeling effect at level 1, it's almost as if you're just scrying, making sure you're getting that little tiny margin percentage of cancels. And it just, so it just happens randomly sometimes where this card helps peel enough to get an extra cancel at level 1. You stay at level 1, you're looping combo. It's all good. It's good stuff. So, yeah, super, super good. Unfortunate that it's 1 costed, but, this deck is pretty free overall, so you don't really mind it being 1 costed stock. In fact, it being 1 costed is sometimes, a blessing in disguise because you're on these, like, turn cycles where you're not paying a lot of stock to begin with, right? If your back row is Kirito, this Lifa back row thing, and then your front row is like double combo and some random thing, you actually aren't paying any stock on your turn. There's no card. We don't have Heathcliff anymore to pay out our climaxes. So that the fact that you have a 1/1 counter is actually a blessing in disguise because it helps you pay out climaxes that you trigger on the 3rd battle. And yeah, so you don't have to do like other stupid things to pay out your climaxes. You just have this counter that already gives you actual value in the game that you can pay out your climaxes with. So good stuff. Onto level 2s, I got 1 anti-change backup. I'm a fan of this still. A lot of people aren't. When you anti-change your opponent's character, especially if it's a dish 2 anti-change, if your hand is already very, very healthy, you are basically getting a very, very cheap costed money counter. And that is definitely not something to be upset about. Like if you go low, like even if you have like 6 cards in hand, you do the anti-change, you ditch 2, and you're down to 3 cards in hand, but you were able to money counter for 1 stock, plus you saved a card that's on your field that could have been ran over in like another lane by an early play, so you get that card back, like refunded. And it's just not even the worst value. Some people are really not the biggest fans of these. I am a huge fan of it. These cards win games by themselves, I'll tell you that right now. Like, not including it is just, not including them is giving up those opportunities of just running away with games. And it's just, I love these cards. I'll keep playing them. Next up, 1 copy of this 3/5 counter. I will admit I don't have a foil copy of that minus soul counter, the Asuna promo. And so because I don't have a foil, it's not in the deck. This card should be that minus soul counter. It's just shipping a card from Japan right now. It takes months to Canada, so I'm just going to not play it for now. But definitely, if you have the foil of that card, or if you don't care about foils, play the minus soul counter. It's a pretty good card. Next up, I got 1 copy of this. Since Heathcliff is on the choose list, I can play this card now. So this card was always, like, I think one of the best cards that came out at 10th. But because Heathcliff was so good, I ended up cutting this card from all of my lists so that I can not have that conflicting Heathcliff with this. But if you drop this down in the mid game and your opponent is playing some kind of early play game plan, like, they just have a hard time justifying playing those down anymore. Because you can just slap this down. It's huge. It has hand encore. You can give it clock shoot, so your opponent can't even encore their early plays. Yeah, this card is just clearing early plays over and over, and you can just hand encore this and do it over and over again. Absolutely crazy. I was thinking about playing 2, but I don't really think I need to play 2. The toolboxing in this deck is very strong, so you can usually consistently get any card you need, and you really don't need to field more than 1 of these at a given time. And 1 copy of this Pants Assist. It's kind of like this Kirito level 0, but instead of salvaging character, it's just, I think, draw ditch. I'm just double checking if it's draw 2 ditch 1, because there is a different card that does something like that. Yeah, it's just draw ditch, and I think it has like pay 1 ditch a climax, salvage an anniversary, or something like that. Honestly, not used that often. Plus, I only put it in post Banlist, so this is still like my in testing card. So if I got that effect wrong, don't flame me too hard, yo. Like, it's all good. It's all good. But this card, I think you need to play that 2K support just to get your level 2 game plan, which is very early play focused, to just be a little bit bigger. Definitely, I'm not the biggest fan of cards like these, but when your entire game plan revolves around this, you literally have no finisher that's like really strong. Yeah, if I conveniently draw this or I have access to it, I'm going to play it down. And the effect is like definitely not that much worse than this Kirito one. Because when you hit 2 and you're doing early play stuff, you're not really looping the combo anymore. So it's like, whatever. You don't need to specifically get a specific card. And I think this card is fine as a one-off. I might change it into a different card, but for now, it's this for now. Let me know if I got the effect wrong. I'm pretty sure it's draw ditch, and then it has pay 1 ditch climax salvage anniversary character and 2K support. Yeah. Okay. So moving along, I got the stock swap, 1 copy. If your opponent is super compressed, stock rich, you need that kind of insurance for those games because those games suck. So you play 1 of it. It's like this card is, funnily enough, probably your only finisher. Well, you actually have a finisher, but it's not that good. But you play this and it wins you games. It steals games. So it's OP. This card is like an 11k healer that has memory kick and twin drive. And it's not that great, but it's a great card to put into level for experience. It's also just conveniently great at spot removing random stuff. Finally, it's it's just a healer. You're doing a lot of healing in this deck. This deck's one of those grindy healing decks. It's not trying to do some crazy flashy finishes. So 1 of this card just to, excuse the glare, it's pretty bad. But it's just there as a extra insurance card that is pretty good to go into level, to be honest. Next up, I got 2 copies of this Xenon. Oh my goodness, the glare is absolutely unbearable. I'm going to put it, oh no, that's even worse. Let's just put it down here. That is better. So this Xenon, I don't have 2 SPs. It's coming in the mail. But you guys all wanted to see the deck profile and no time. I have the non-foil, but I'm so ashamed of the non-foil that I'd rather just have the blank card instead of the non-foil in the deck. So it'll be here soon. But I only play 2 of this card because this deck is like not really good at finishing to begin with. And this card is just like a restanding finisher is not great, first of all. Second of all, the game plan of this deck isn't really to finish. So I couldn't justify playing like more copies of it. I just wanted to see like maybe one in a game if I'm going for a final finish turn, and I play two in case I need to do a little bit of a bigger push. Or like I'm in one of those games where my opponent is just, I'm like behind so much and my opponent is just winning and I have to go for a Hail Mary. I have access to this card. But if in any reasonable game state, I'm always sculpting for my early plays. I'm always trying to heal at 2, and I'm always just trying to win games off of attrition instead of, strong, powerful finishers. So I can't really justify playing more than 2 copies. It's just there. If I have it, I have it. If I don't have it, I'm not going for it. I'm not holding the climax. So, yeah. The red early play. So this is the card I was talking about earlier. 2 or less climaxes, early play, 9k when you use act against 2k. So 11k, you have so many acts in the deck, it's going to be that 11k. And it's just really good. 11k healer, early play. It's good stuff. It's really beefy. And yeah, I really like the fact that it's beefy. You can play like a really strong sustained level 2 game. And coupled with this other early play healer, which is probably one of the best 1-cost early play healers in the game. So it's, ditch. You already know what it does. I don't need to explain it. It's just the package of these 8 early play healers. You're staying at level 2 for a long time, especially if you were able to grind level 1 out, get some sack cancels, get a good amount of stock. You go into 2, like you're basically like cancel, take a damage, heal 2. Cancel, take a damage, heal 2. That's like what you're expecting to do in the game. So yeah, that is it for level 3s. And then climaxes, there's just 8 pants, right? So it's the 4 level 1 combo pants, and then 4 of the Xenon finisher pants. And it's just to play, like the Xenon, it just conveniently combos with a pant, so that's why you can play it in the first place. But if it didn't combo with the pants, I'd probably just not play the Xenon finisher. That's how inconsequential it is. It's all about the 8 pants. It's not about the finisher. The deck is just 8 pants focused. You're trying to use the pants as a way to get as many to just try to loop your level 1 combo as much as possible. So yeah, that's the deck list. Definitely try it out, everyone. I think this is how I'd play 10th right now. I know I'm sacrificing a lot. I'm not playing my very, very expensive level 3 combo stuff. But, you got to do what you got to do. And I think this build is a little bit better right now, all things considered. So, yeah, definitely leave a comment. If you guys like seeing the Weiss stuff, let me know. I definitely we're uploading way more Vanguard stuff as of late. But if Weiss content is what you guys all want to see, I'm down to make more Weiss content. So let me know. Leave a comment, drop a like, drop a sub, just to let us know that Weiss content is still something that is worth making and that you all enjoy. Anyways, it's UA signing off. Peace.